Hello and welcome to another BLT, Balance, Love, and Truth. I am the Ugly Duckling1111. Have you heard of spiritual people all around the world talking about killing their egos? What is it? I mean, it sounds really bad if they are putting all their effort into killing it. I'd like to invite you to place your attention on your mind for a minute. Think of a time when you were really upset. Like how that guy flipped you off at the light because he wasn't paying attention and you honked your horn? Does this scene play over and over in your mind and make you feel angry? Or when you were late for an appointment and you got behind someone going 5 under the speed limit? Did you blame them for making you late? Did you say hurtful things about them that you probably wouldn't say to their face? Or at work when a coworker pointed out a mistake you made? Does it anger you because you rarely make mistakes at work and you feel like they were targeting you? Your unhealthy ego is basically a control freak. It does not like to be out of control. It does not like to be told it's wrong, or admit mistakes, apologize, or have regrets. It was created by your brain to make you individual, and its job is to protect your mind and body from outside harm. For some reason, you can observe all of these things going on, almost as if at a distance. But even though you recognize you don't like what you are saying or how you're reacting, you can't seem to stop it. We'll call this the observer. And then there's the forgotten one, the one that is in constant pain and regret, the one few people listen to and take action to make feel better, your heart. When you were a child, you were probably very open-hearted, trusting, and loving because your heart was in charge. But as you grew, it was continuously wounded by people who betrayed your trust, rejected you for just being yourself, and made you feel less than them, stupid, and or worthless. Every time your mind listened to your heart and something went wrong, your mind blamed and shamed your heart. These feelings made it difficult to think straight, to function in society. So it created its own protector, an action taker, the ego. This newfound friend is tough, takes control of situations, and it doesn't feel like you're dying every time something goes wrong. Your mind only has to allow the ego to protect and make decisions by either fighting back, getting the body out of the situation, or just by avoiding the scenario altogether. Our brain is an amazing thing. The more cold, dangerous, and heartless situations we find ourselves in, the stronger this force has to become to protect us. The ego became so strong that it took complete control, and we allowed it. It became the emperor of our bodies, the one that everything in our body has to report to, reason with, ask permission to, and is subject to whatever decisions our emperor ego makes. As we grow, we are literally schooled in how to keep our unhealthy egos alive, strong, and in charge. We are discouraged from using our hearts or our feelings. They are not allowed to have any opinion in anything that we do because they hurt us too much. The emperor ego is completely in charge for most people today, and anything that uses emotion is immediately shut down by the emperor ego, or imprisoned for trying to speak out. The emperor ego can become a vicious ruler. Our thoughts, our voice, our actions are all controlled, and our emotions are in complete chaos and fear because they are shamed, blamed, and reprimanded for anything that goes wrong. So how do we combat this? How does the observer in us begin to take control? When we are ready, the observer will become aware that we can't hear our hearts anymore. We can't feel what it wants or needs. When we ask it a question, our emperor ego answers for it, very loudly, and we get confused, not sure which one is answering. Sometimes it takes a catastrophe to realize this. But we decide we want to feel our hearts again. The heart was always present, always holding in emotions. It never stopped feeling. Our minds just imprisoned it by putting up bricks to block our feelings, especially the really painful ones. And if we've been adding bricks for a long time, we most likely have walls built around our hearts. Your heart wants to break through these walls, and it has the support of your other body parts who also want freedom from the Emperor Ego's dominant rule. They want to rise up and overthrow this impulsive, erratic, and impatient leader who is stuck in survival mentality and silences them. But how? Through meditation. This is the tool that was created for this very purpose. You have access to it whenever you need it. It gives the voice of your heart a platform so that you, the observer, and all the other parts of your body can hear what it has to say. Your heart has an advantage. It speaks another language that the Emperor Ego cannot understand. Emotion. Everything in your body understands this language. In fact, it's all they knew before the Emperor Ego was created. Without this emotional language, they felt disconnected and unheard by their universe. They've become sick, angry, lost, and confused. They don't have a good leader who thinks about what's best for them and their communities. You, the observer, have the power to bring back their universal law of emotion, but you'll need the tool that was created for this. Meditation gives you access to understanding what your body needs. You can learn to speak their language so that you can begin to listen. What do your liver cells want and need? What are your stomach cells asking for? What are all those illnesses, aches, and pains trying to tell you? They are all unique communities, and they work individually right now to keep your body functioning properly, to keep you alive. Some communities are doing very poorly. Some might have died off completely. You, the observer, are the key to uniting these communities, to get them to hear one another, so that they can begin to work together. If you, the observer, can start to take action rather than just observing, you can earn their trust, and they will listen to you. You can heal your body's communities, unite them, and create peace and harmony, free from the heavy-handed rule of the Emperor Ego. You can encourage your heart to speak up, to speak loud, and when it does, listen in meditation. Then take action to fulfill your heart's and body's needs and desires. Each time you listen and act, your heart and body will trust you more, and you will begin to trust them in return. Together, you can heal from the old wounds and traumas that have kept your mind and body imprisoned. You, the observer, will have seen the power in your actions. You will no longer be just an observer of your body. You will be the one who acted to unite your mind, heart, and body to work as one. You will be wiser, and because it was so difficult to unite your universe, you will implement boundaries to protect it. You'll know exactly what hurts your heart and body, and have the courage to uphold those boundaries. In return, your entire body will work with you to protect you from illness and disease. Taking action is easier said than done. Almost everyone's universe is ruled by their Emperor Ego. This world supports, teaches, and encourages the unhealthy ego's growth with things like competition and being materialistic. Social media is saturated with humans encouraging other humans, many at very young ages, to consume, be wasteful, and to be selfish. Society encourages being superior to others, like receiving as many likes and followers as we can, no matter how harmful it is to our planet or how hurtful it is to others. Parents encourage their children to be competitive at any cost, sacrificing many childhoods for preparation and becoming the ultimate adult. Everything becomes a competition: beauty, strength, health, sports, dance, academics, the arts, our economics, politics, schools, religion, even spiritual communities. Just because someone prays, does yoga or breathing exercise, has a vegan diet, and uses earth-friendly products doesn't mean they've overthrown their emperor egos. Sometimes it's just trading one false belief for another. We can gauge how in charge our emperor ego is. The next time you are doing an activity with others, something you really enjoy, and you believe you're good at, try to become aware of your feelings. Do you feel better than any of them? Do you want to be the best at it or to receive the most compliments? Do you feel better about yourself because you know more, do more, or have more experience? Do you think you look better, act better, or are faster than the others? Another way to gauge your ego is during an intense conversation with another. Say it's something that you feel very passionate about. And when they disagree with you, do you feel angry that they don't believe what you believe? Do you get agitated or even want to run or cry because no matter how hard you try, you can't get them to understand where you're coming from? Do you recruit others to believe what you believe, to feel better about your opinions? The unhealthy ego craves power and believes it is always right. It can be unforgiving to those who disagree with us. The level at which you feel these feelings is the level that your unhealthy ego is operating at. If you realize that your emperor ego has taken complete control of your universe, this is not something to feel ashamed about. Realization is the first step to empowering the observer to take action. Shame is a feeling that empowers the unhealthy ego, because shame makes the observer feel small and less than. You are free to think of your ego however you'd like. An emperor to overthrow, something you feel you need to kill, a lion that needs to be tamed. It's your choice. I think of my ego as my inner dragon. It is powerful. And it used to be wild, dangerous, and destructive. It took me years to finally realize that I made the choices I had to make to survive. There is no shame or blame in that. But once I became aware that I no longer just wanted to survive, I wanted to live and thrive. And to do that, I needed to understand what my heart was trying to say and what my body was asking for. I made the decision to relearn their language and to tame my inner dragon. I do my best to meditate daily, to quiet my mind and listen to my body. My unhealthy ego tries very hard some days to distract me with unhelpful and unnecessary thoughts because it's doing what it's always done, trying to protect me from pain. I've learned to speak softly to my inner dragon because it does not respond well to anger, frustration, or impatience. If I want results, I have to ask nicely for it to stop trying to distract me and to be extra patient when it's being territorial. The more I meditate, the more in control I become. When I do my best to listen and then take action for my heart and my body's needs, I gain more of their trust, and my dragon becomes more of a loyal companion who cooperates with me. Meditation opens up our awareness of how we are feeling. Because of my practice of meditation, I am more aware of when I have competitive thoughts, and I can immediately take action when my inner dragon loses its temper and tries to jump back into survival mode. We all have this power of choice. I wish I could say I always choose to listen to my heart and my body's needs, but it's very difficult in a society that holds no value for this action. It takes strength, determination, a lot of love and compassion for self. I am not always strong or compassionate, and we can't expect ourselves to be, because we are human. But on good days, we can do our best and make it a priority to feel the feelings of our hearts, in the moment or later in private. It is not easy to choose to feel because it can be debilitating. But each time we do, we remove a brick from the walls we've built around our hearts, one heavy brick at a time. What are your thoughts about ego? What are some creative names you call your ego? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, hit that like button. And subscribe so you don't miss the next BLT, where we'll discuss what a healthy ego looks like, so that we can all stop trying to kill them. Peace and love.